Hello, hello, and hello, and welcome to the Cup TV, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality, and we come to us first to quench your thirst. I'm your girl Lana, your resident evil diva, and I'm here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I love me some tea. And if you have some tea, you know what to do. Hit me up. I am currently just drinking some water here. Hydration is important, and I'm just drinking some water. But if I was drinking anything else, maybe some tea, which I'll probably do later because my throat's a little scratchy, so I might be drinking out of my cup mug. And you know what? I didn't do this before, and I should do this. You know what? I'm not going to worry about it. But it is a pineapple cut mugs here because I'm the only one here. I'm all alone. So you just get my thoughts on all things the Amazing Race today. But for good reason. For a good reason. Jack is graduating this week. So shout out to Jack. Congratulations on that. So he definitely needs to be out and enjoying graduation. And Logan is covering Eurovision things. So that had to take precedence right now. So, but here at the Cup Network, we all have each other's back. If one person is lacking, the other person steps in. If one person is busy, the other person steps up. So that's what I'm doing. I'm stepping up and I'm doing this for the Cup Network and for you because without you there would be no Cup Network, right? Absolutely. And since we're talking about that, subscribe to this channel if you haven't already done it. We appreciate you right now. Do it. Go ahead. I'll wait. Go ahead. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hit the notification bell too so you won't miss a single video because we drop videos constantly on this channel all the time. So you don't want to miss it. We got good stuff coming up. More reality TV is coming up. And we might start doing some scripted TV. You just never know. So check that out. Also, if you're a fan of drag or drag race of any kind, go to our main channel at the Cup Pod where we talk all things drag over there. And drag season is going to ramp back up. And once it does, we will be covering more and more Drag Race and any other drag shows that come out. So check that out as well. And if you're a fan of Eurovision, which is popping right now because it's actually happening right now as we're recording. So you might want to go to our the Cup ESC and get all the Eurovision content that we have coming out at you. We have we have boots on the ground in Eurovision at the Eurovision contest. So we're gonna have some great reaction vlogs coming from Lewis and Anissa over there who are at Eurovision. So go check that out and all the other content that is going to be coming out for Eurovision. And then if you're a fan of wrestling, WWE right now, but we'll expand later on as we see fit. But if you're a fan of WWE and you want to talk about some wrestling, then this is go to the Cup ringside, and we'll give you the at the Cup ringside we give you the best seat in the house for all things wrestling. So check that out. We have weekly shows, Raw, NXT, and SmackDown. We talk weekly, and we have pay per views that we talk about, the PLEs that we talk about, and then other things, top tier list, our mid card videos, top tier list, or top 10 list, or documentary conversations, just all things over there that we want to talk about. Anything wrestling, we will talk about it. So if you're a fan of WWE, go check that out. And yeah, we got you covered. So now that we got all of that out of the way, it's time to talk The Amazing Race and episode 9 of The Amazing Race. And I'm excited because I am enjoying this season very much. It was the last season of the COVID season that they had. And so this is the last season where we had um, chartered planes and things like that. And I was very excited to get this one more time. And then now we let it go. And we're back to regular Amazing Race, thankfully. But for the first time in the Amazing Race history, we went to the Dominican Republic. Very excited about that because they left from Barbados to the Dominican Republic, which is great. Beautiful, beautiful country and a beautiful place to go. The Dominican Republic. I want to go there one day. It looks amazing. It looks like a fun place to visit. Um, they start off at they go to Puerto Plata in Dominican Republic, and they begin their leg at the, and please forgive me because I'm about to butcher these words. I am sorry, my Spanish and it's just bad, but I'm going to attempt them. It's Puente Pitono Saltos de Manga in Imbert. That was horrible. Oh, I'm so sorry. That's horrible. But they start that off, and they the order of departure is Ricky and Caesar, then with Juan and Shane, and then the next three are Amber, Vinny, Ivana, Melissa, and Rod and Leticia. So after they leave they start the pit stop. They have to go make their way on foot to 27 Cracos de Manga to find their next clue. And once they find their next clue, they find out it's a roadblock, and it's called "Who Can See the Writing on the Wall?" And a team member is assigned to the roadblock where they have to navigate through a series of waterfalls and memorize 10 petroglyph symbols, and that's all that's like lined up against the wall of this like uh this waterfall cave type of deal, and they had to jump off the cliffs and slide down waterfalls. It looked like a lot of fun. Like I would have loved it, except for all the running that they had to do. And then they had to arrange them in chronological order to receive the next clue. So they had to go and find out, look for these symbols all along the route that they had. And once they found out the symbols along the route, they had to now put these same symbols in the order that they saw them and to get it judged. And so the people who did it was Juan, Caesar, Amber, Rod, and Melissa. So they were off, and Caesar and Juan were like neck and neck with each other the whole time. They left together, and they were neck and neck with each other. Um, but the other teams caught up pretty quickly because they kept getting it wrong. They didn't realize that the symbols on the rocks had two sides to it. Like very small, minute details were off. Like one had a tail, one didn't have a tail. One had the eye on the left side, one had the eye on the right side. It was just very little minute details that they had to pick up and figure out what was the right order and what was the right symbol along the way. And so Caesar Cesar was like, I think on his second or third attempt, and when he was like, Melissa, let's work together, let's figure this out, and they went going together to figure it out. Juan was going to work with Rod, and they went to figure it out. Eventually, Cesar got it first, and he was helping Melissa, trying to help her, but he was trying to get out of there too. So he gave her the advice, told her what it was. Everything's on the left. There's the tail, so without a tail, and then he dipped. And so Juan figured his out, and he dipped. And so people were trying to figure it out. Rod eventually figured his out. He left. Then Amber figured hers out pretty quickly, and she left. And Melissa was having a hard time figuring out what she was doing wrong. And it literally was one thing, one symbol that she did wrong, or she had wrong, that she kept. It was like an inverted triangle. It was up and it needed to be down. And that was the simplest detail. And she just couldn't figure out what it was. So she took a very long time at that roadblock trying to figure out what was next. And then they had to make their way to Don Manuel's Finca de Cacao. I'm sorry. I know that's cacao. Let's start over. Don Manuel's Finca de Cacao in Altamira to find their next clue, which was a cacao farm. And they had to go and harvest cacao pods, remove the cacao seeds, and cover a tarp with the seeds in order to receive the next clue. And so they sent them into this forest, into the forest where all the cacaos were growing. They had to hack down the cacaos with this tool that they used, and had to find the right ones. Go put them up all in the bag, take them over to their stations, crack them open, pull out the seeds, and spread them over this tarp. And so it's very simple enough, but you have to do a lot of cacaos. You got to find a lot of cacaos to do that and to cover this tarp. And so, from apparently what they said, the cacao bean seeds smell delicious, which I'm like, I would love to smell it if it smelled like chocolate. And I bet they taste delicious. Like fresh cacao probably tastes delicious. Cesar said it was good. But their hands were dirty. They didn't want to put dirt in their mouth and whatever. But so everybody was hacking away and getting the cacao pods and getting them off the trees. Clem had more success with others with using the tools that they were given. Other people was like, screw this tool. I'm just gonna do what I do. And Rod was like, it's good to be tall. And he's just grabbing cacao cacao pods off the tree just by hand. Just lift them up, just grab them. Not thinking of not using the tool. He's like, I'm just gonna grab it, pull the branch down, grab this thing and go on. Which fine, it helped, and he would pass it to Leticia, and she would crack it a little bit just on the tree, just to get a head start, so they wouldn't have to do it when they got back to the station. That was kind of smart, but I'm like, I hope you don't lose none of the seeds in the bag because you already cracked them open. But it worked for them, and Amber and Vinny decided he didn't want to use the tool no more, so he just go climb the tree. He was just climbing. He was like, you know what? I used to do this all the time. I'm doing it now. And he was up. He was climbing that tree, grabbing the cows, tossing them down. And of course, we still have Amber and Vinny in there. Don't do that. You don't pay attention. I'm like, I'm kind of over them, honestly. I'm just like, they just starting to get on my nerves after a while. It's just like, I don't know. And here's the thing. A lot of people come on the Amazing Race and say, I want this race to test out our relationship if we can handle high stress. I don't know. I don't think the race is, if you can get through the race and y'all still want to be together, I guess that's a great thing. But I feel like that's a stressful situation, yes. But I think life is a little bit more stressful. So I think if you can make it through the Amazing Race, I'm sure you can make it through anything, and that'll be great. Sure. You know what? I'm still let go. Forget I even said something. If they make it through, they go be great, and that's amazing for them, and I'm happy for them. It's just I'm annoyed with them sometimes. It's just, but we see Cesar and Rick. They finished first. Ricky and Cesar finished first, and then Leticia and Rod, they actually finished second, and they come out really well in that they do really well. He just grabbed a lot, and they just did really well. So they passed two teams up on their way out, and then they Amber and Vinny, no, Juan and Shane come out after that, and not too far behind. They're not too far behind. And then Amber and Vinny come out after that, and then Yvonne and Melissa they leave. They leave last. Uh, but then teams have to make their way to um, Estadio Bartolo Colon to find their next clue, and then they find out it is another roadblock. Who wants to play ball? So Ricky decides he's going to do it first. He's there. They get there first, so Ricky goes and does it. And the team member is assigned. The team member has to complete 3 baseball drills. They have to catch a ball, catch and toss the ball, catching and tossing a ground ball to first base, catching a fly ball in center field, and then playing Vitla by hitting a bottle cap with a broomstick 25 feet in order to receive their next clue. So Ricky goes first, and baby, when I tell you Ricky flew through this, he flew through this. He was just like, he caught the ball on the ground, tossed the first. Next, move along. Pop up ball, come in center field, catch it. Next, dude. He was like, all right, let's do it. The little bottle cap come flying. Pow! First try. Rick was out of there in less than 5 minutes. I wouldn't say probably less than 2 minutes, but it was definitely less than 5 minutes. He was flying through that, and there was no, like, they were in, they were out. It was so fast. And so Rod Leticia comes next. But Ricky and Cesar are long gone. So Rod Leticia comes next. Rod was talking about how he played baseball before and how baseball was, he was getting a lot of scholarships for baseball, but he chose football instead because football was where his heart was. So he decided to go football, but he do know about baseball. And so when he gets out there, he picks the roadblock. He goes out there, hits the ground ball, and throws it high. And they're like, whoop, there you go. He's like, okay, whoop. So he does it again, and he throws it wide. He couldn't get this ball to go to the first base. I think it took him 4 tries to get it. Finally get it. He catches the pop-up ball easily. No worry about that. But it takes him 14 tries to hit this bottle cap with the broomstick. 14 tries. But he gets it, and by the time he gets it, Juan and Shane are there. Shane goes out to do the roadblock. He breezes through it. He's so fast when he finishes, they run out to go catch their taxi for the next to go to the next place. And Rod and Leticia are still putting their stuff in the cab. So now they're neck and neck together. And then Amber Vinny shows up. Vinny does it pretty quickly. He does everything pretty quickly. And then he's gone. And then Yvonne and Melissa come, and Yvonne does it. She does the first one really good. The second one she catches easy. And then the fourth, the hitting with the bottle cap, takes her a little time to do it, but eventually she finishes it. And so then they have to go make their way to the Enfertero de Puerto Plata to check in. Well, they had to go to this other place, and here's where it was crazy because cab drivers had no idea what this place was, and people getting so frustrated. They were like, "Could we just stop and ask somebody?" Because some of the cab drivers had no idea where they were going, and they were just driving, not stopping. And I'm like, absolutely not, sir. My life is on the line in this game. We are not just going to be driving aimlessly throughout the cities of the Dominican Republic. Like, we need some directions. And everyone's like, I don't think he knows what he's doing. I told you that. I told you. We should have listened to me. And I was like, this is not the time to do that. Like, it's like, okay, I get it. I was right. You're wrong. But let's stop and find directions. Like, it's okay. Let's figure it out, and then we'll go. And don't be cute like, see, I told you should just listen to me. You should just listen to me. Because sometimes you're wrong. And what if he was like, you just need to listen to me? Which they both do that. That's why I think they're so toxic sometimes, because they both do that, and it's so annoying. It's so annoying. Like, just listen to me. I'm the one who knows about directions. Apparently not. It's just weird. But enough about them. I won't rant about them. But so their driver didn't know where they're going. Rob Battista's driver didn't know where he was going. But they kind of stopped him really quickly and was like, let's get directions. After directions, then he knew where he was going. And they pretty much found everything. And everybody had to go to this plaza, get the next robot to tell them to go where the pit stop was. And it was at a pavilion that was beautiful, by the way, on the water. I would love to go to a show at this pavilion, sitting out in this open field, open land, and watching a show with the ocean behind them. Just it's such a beautiful view. But they got to go to this pavilion where they would meet Phil, and they would go meet Phil for to check in, and so we see all the teams running. Well, not all the teams. We see the teams going into that running. After they left the plaza, they had to run to the pit stop, and they start running. And like I said, it was no question. I don't think we had to change this banner forever. But winners was Ricky and Cesar, and they got a trip for two to was it Singapore? Can't remember if it was Singapore or Oh, South Korea. South Korea. Yep. They got a cashback reward for to go to South Korea. So they have won 6 times. It's so wild. But coming in second was Rod and Leticia. Coming in third was Shane and Juan. Coming in fourth was Amber and Vinny. And coming in last and being eliminated was Yvonne and Melissa. And I felt bad because they did really well up until this point, and so it's kind of like, oh. But the only all female team, the last all female team in the race, and but they did really well, and they said that this strengthened their relationship, and so it made everything better, and it was good, it was nice, it was sweet, but we're at our final four. We're at our final four. So we're going to go from the Dominican Republic back to the United States in the next episode is our finale episode. Yay. I'm very excited. So we are going to see, I mean, Caesar and Ricky, for me, I feel like it's theirs to lose at this point. Um, and nobody's coming close to them. So it really is theirs to lose. Um, they just have to do it right. They won so many times. I just don't see it changing anytime soon, but we'll see. But Rod and Leticia are a strong team if they can just get their directions together. Juan and Shane also a strong team if they could just get directions together. I think that has been their downfall, that they don't stop to get the directions when they need to, and I think the same thing with Vinny. Everybody is a strong team. It's just whoever makes the least amount of mistakes are going to win this next leg of the Amazing Race and win the $1 million. So I can't wait to watch it. I'm very excited to watch it. It's going to be a fun experience. I hate that this is it because I really enjoyed this season, but this next week is it. But we will be back here next week to talk about all of it. It probably will be more of us, hopefully, to wrap up this season of The Amazing Race. It's been an amazing season. I've enjoyed it, and I hope you have too. So I have not put any of the banners up, but that's okay because I'll do that now. Um, Y'all know what to do. Subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to all of our other 4 channels. Those links will be in the link tree description in the description below. Click that and hit the notification bells on all of the channels. Subscribe to all of those channels: the Cup Pod, the Cup ESC, the Cup Ringside, and the Cup TV. Subscribe to all of our channels. And if you feel like joining us, if you want to join the Cup membership channel, join our tea room, and you get some exclusive content from across all 4 channels, and you get early access to some content across all 4 channels. So check all of that out. Hit the join button at the main channel at the Cup Pod. If you prefer Patreon, our Patreon link is also down there, so you can join on Patreon. Same exclusive content and same early access content, but just on a different app. It's just what you prefer. We like to give you choices around here. But you can follow us on all of our socials on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at Look Up Pod. You can follow me. That'd be great if you want. Or you can follow me on my Instagram, and I'll be right there. You see it right there. You can do all the things. And make sure to go down and check out our cup merch. Get your cup mug or any of our other cup merch, our cup water bottle, our cup socks, our cup hats, things. So check all of that out. And yeah, we appreciate you sticking around with us. And we will see you next time. So cheers. Do, 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 do.